talk.
Is that all we talk about?
It's all about when to shit, how to get rid of the shit.
That's called sailors. Sailors talk. Well, folks, we're in Key West. Enjoy some of the footage that we took on the way down, and hope you like the music.
Well, here we are, folks, back in Key West. This is our anchorage. Got here a couple days ago. Forgot to bring the camera with us yesterday. We actually walked all around yesterday, went into a bunch of shops, down to Wall Street, and had fun with our sister Alicia, who left yesterday evening. She went back home. She had plans today and couldn't stay any longer, so but we were glad to have her. That is Key West Bite. Are way too far away. There's some, yay! Woo! New Year's in Key West, baby!
And then all hell broke loose, as you'll see in a minute.
Well, folks, this is our current situation in Key West. We've got 30 plus knots of wind. We have 2 anchors out, a CQR and a Delta, both 65 pounds each, and we keep dragging out in the middle of the channel. We've already corrected once, and thought we were holding, and now we're back in the middle of the channel again. That's the channel mark right there. We're not completely in the middle, but we're halfway in it.
And then we find out we can't start the main engine from the helm.
Could it be like starter battery's dead, or?
It could be.
Well, we had the battery chargers on last night, right? And that charges the start battery too, right?
Yeah. But it's not. Okay, we got power. That's the side that has power all the time. Okay, gotcha. We'll test where to go. Alright. Solenoid's working.
Should I go upstairs and try to start it?
Not yet.
What's that?
Nasty, actually.
What is it?
It's the neutral safety switch. Oh yeah, we definitely have a bad connection there. Alright, in the black bag, you know what diagonal cutters look like? Look like a pair of pliers, only they cut wire.
Yeah.
Can you grab those?
Sure.
And bring me the black box.
Okay. Got the generator running.
Yeah, we started the generator because I just tried to jump the solenoid. Our anchor alarm went off while I was sitting down here, and I'm in a precarious position, knowing that I couldn't start the engine from up top. Figured I'd try to use my little wire here and jump the starter solenoid and fire the engine up before I got up there to see, you know, just in case. Apparently we're just swinging, we're not dragging, so everything's okay up there. What we have here, this cable here is the, hey Felicia, you don't need to get in there.
She has to inspect.
Yeah. This cable here is the transmission or gear selector cable for forward and reverse. Right down here, and you can't see it, is the mechanism that makes that happen. At the bottom of that, there's a lever on the transmission. On that lever in neutral, it's what's called a neutral safety switch. That's in bad shape right now. I suspect that's the reason I can't start the engine from on top. What I'm going to do is something you should never do. The only reason I'm going to do it is we're in a pretty high wind situation. We drugged several times. We couldn't start the engine. I had to come down here with 2 long screwdrivers and jump across the starter solenoid right here to start the engine. And that's not a bad thing, and it works when you're not in a hurry. But if your anchor's dragging, which we've done 3 times now, or 4, it's something you need to be able to do quickly. And this isn't something you can do quickly. You got to take panels apart, shelves out of the cabinet. It's not something you can do quickly. So a temporary fix, being able to start the engine from up top in a panic situation is important. The other thing is, when she had the camera on before, you didn't hear the generator running. When I tried to use this jumper wire, apparently the start battery for the main is weak. And that's not good either. So the generator will charge that up, and it is right now. So we'll get all of that sorted in just a few minutes. As soon as I splice these wires, these 2 wires, it should, keep our fingers crossed, it should start from the cockpit again. There's only 3 things that really could be causing it. The first one's the starter solenoid. You saw me test that with the jumper wire earlier by jumping the main positive wire with the start position. That tests the solenoid, lets me know that the solenoid is working, which is brand new. I just put it in August or in June when we bought the boat, because it went out. So now it's time to address this other issue. We'll see what happens when we cut these 2 wires and splice them together. It's a tight situation. She'll hand me the camera. I'll see if I can show you what we're talking about here. It's that right there. Sorry about the noise from the generator. But that's what we're going to do. That's the second thing that can be causing it. The third thing is the switch up top. We hope that's not the problem, because that's a pain to get to. But obviously the fourth thing is a wire connection somewhere in between. This particular boat doesn't have a key. It has a hidden safety switch somewhere in the boat, and it has a switch at the helm, but no key. So it could be that hidden safety switch too, although I've checked it, it looks to be in really good shape. So it could be the 5th thing. But now it's time to cut some wires and splice them together if I get to it. I asked her for the short diagonal cutters, which are these. That's a long way down there, so I'm going to try to get to them with the long ones. Alright, now that I've cut it, I can get it up here. What we know about switches and buttons is they only make a connection between those 2 wires. So we can manually make that connection. I'm a little bit of a wiring freak. I do. I don't know if I've explained this before. I might have. I'm actually a licensed aircraft mechanic. I'm also SCA certified auto mechanic. I'm also a NASA certified solderer. I have some certifications. Whether or not I'm any good at any of that is probably irrelevant. So probably not. But it means I know a little bit about electrical and electronics. Probably enough to get me in trouble. So what I'm going to do is, instead of just splicing these two wires, or stripping them back and twisting them together and wrapping them with tape, because they are hot, power wire, they are close to the engine, which is grounded to the batteries. I'm going to take a few extra steps. I'm going to put a connector on it and put some heat shrink on it. I'm not doing that because it's going to be a permanent connection, because as soon as I get into a port safely, I'm going to replace that switch. I just want to make sure that in the meantime, when I hit that start button, we don't have a fire. The case of this engine is grounded, and being grounded and this wire being so close proximity to it, you could easily have a fire when I hit the start button. So, or at least burn up a wire, and then we have really bad wiring issues. So we're going to take a little bit of precaution here, and we're going to break out the butt connectors. And these are heat shrink butt connectors, by the way. You know, back when I had my shop and all of that, I had a huge toolbox and everything was organized and everything was nice and neat. She'll tell you, my toolbox used to be 6 foot tall and 8 foot long.
Yeah, it was really big.
I used to have a thing of heat shrink. And I thought I still did. But apparently not. So we're going to have to do it with this. Now, believe it or not, on an airplane, if you're working on an airplane, you're not allowed to use that kind of wire stripper. That kind right there. Now, I used it here to strip this wire, the jumper wire I'm going to use. The reason is, these things here will grab the metal and pull the copper off. You're supposed to use an actual higher end quality of these, but very similar to these. It really is a pain in the butt. I stripped back a lot more than I needed on that one. were a temporary fix for what we, you know, the problem we had. So now we can start the engine from the cockpit. And when I get the right squat switch, neutral safety switch, whatever you want to call it, we can fix that. Hope you liked it. We do maintenance and repairs on our boat. We don't film a lot of it. Wish we did. Usually when we got to do something, it's spur of the moment. We're leaving, whatever, and you got to fix something. The last thing we think about is cameras. But this time she thought about a camera, even though we're at the end of a very nasty squall that came through Key West here. And I figured we needed to get that temporarily fixed, just in case we drug again. I don't believe we will, but you never know. Thanks for watching.